Lil Reese officially facing life in prison. Leaked information.
I know this ain't Lil Reese.
In a shocking turn of events, Lil Reese has just managed to make a miraculous recovery. After suffering a critical injury from a violent altercation in a Chicago parking garage, most thought the rapper was done for. Despite there being complications with his recovery, Lil Reese, whose real name is Tavares Lamont Taylor, has apparently beaten the odds. The fanfare for his unexpected survival was plentiful from both Chicago residents and artists alike, though now it seems that the celebration is somewhat short-lived as the law is coming for Lil Reese. Until now, there was not much information in regards to why Lil Reese and his friends were initially attacked, simply that they were in a parking garage at the time. Law enforcement promised to investigate the matter deeply to help determine if the attack was predetermined or related to street activity, since Lil Reese is a notorious street goon. Now, in a sweeping move, Chicago police have determined that Lil Reese's crew was there to perform an act of grand theft auto on a vehicle they had been eyeing in the parking garage. They are yet to determine if the resulting attack was simply the owner of the vehicle defending themselves or if it was a deeper street activity. Regardless, prosecution has been announced for Lil Reese on the grounds that he was trying to obtain that vehicle, a Dodge Durango, and was also partaking in an attack against his opposition. With this analysis, the state of Illinois is apparently seeking to charge him with a life sentence. They are arguing that due to his past history in tandem with this, it should be enough to keep Reese locked up indefinitely. Welcome to Lime Report. Today, we'll be telling you everything you need to know about this situation, one detail at a time, so be sure to pay close attention. Before we get into this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment keyword garage for a chance of winning our giveaway. Now, back to the video. Lil Reese is no stranger when it comes to dealing with the law or dealing with the streets, and despite that usually being advantageous to the young hustler, this time the police are seeking to turn that very fact against him. In public statements, Chicago prosecutors explained that since the system cannot tolerate a repeat offender like Lil Reese, going further to say that he was allegedly lucky to be roaming free in the first place, with the amount of trouble they have let him off from before. Many fans know of Reese's deep past with violent altercations in public, often being shocked by the veracity of the rapper during these attacks. Bearing in mind that most of the past controversies being used against Reese are just what has managed to get caught on camera, it is easily implied that Reese has been involved in plenty of street activity. Now, a warrant has been announced for Lil Reese's arrest, and prosecutors are hoping to charge Reese to the fullest extent of the law, with some stating that they are seeking a life sentence. Lil Reese seemed to currently manage to avoid his arrest, as there was no news yet of him being apprehended. Fans wondered whether Reese will end up willingly facing the charges and going against them in court, will seek out a plea deal, or will simply continue to stay on the run. If Reese does continue to evade the police, it will only make his situation harder in the long run, giving the state more reason to pursue the maximum penalty against him. Reese is not one to shy away from confrontation, though with the stakes at hand here, in addition to his importance to the Chicago street scene, it seems most likely he will continue to stay on the run. This is a double-edged sword for fans of Lil Reese, or the drill rap scene in general, as Reese evading law enforcement probably means he will not be releasing music anytime soon, especially if he's apprehended afterwards. Lil Reese is quite an interest to news media outlets as of late, with the rapper suddenly being pushed from the forefront of headlines after yet again becoming embroiled in controversy. Fans were so happy to see that the rapper managed to recover from his most recent incident, and now, it is like a roller coaster ride for anybody following Lil Reese's dilemma. There does remain the fact that Lil Reese should have plenty of funds available to afford a good defense in court, so he may just acquire a very skilled attorney to help defend himself. Many law and hip-hop news analysts are now coming out of the woodwork to explain that the level of severity the prosecution is seeking on Lil Reese is simply unfounded. These analysts are stating that despite him having a very checkered past, in tandem with getting caught up in a newest controversy, it should still not be enough to have a solid case on Lil Reese. Many fans are hopeful that this is really the case, as analysts imply that the Chicago PD may be blowing smoke for the sake of quelling any upcoming retaliatory efforts in its fair. This would make a lot of sense, as Chicago is known for having an unbelievable amount of street violence, as the city has broken records in the country regarding such affairs. Law enforcement could simply be trying to keep the lid on things in their jurisdiction, as they are willing to do anything at this point to dissuade would-be offenders from partaking in street crimes. One thing is for sure, Lil Reese tends to pull through any situation, so we hope he manages to do so once more. That's all for this video. Thanks for sticking to the end. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment keyword garage for a chance of winning our giveaway. See you next time at the Line Report.